Okay, cool. What can I do for you, dude?
All right, so basically, this is my first time doing this, and like I was just trying to see what's the best. Like, do you got any uh Word document like how to approach whenever the retailer gets back in contact with you about the property? Because I would just well, the retailer was telling me if I'm
Hold
a
on, hold on. Realtor. It sounds like you were saying retailer.
oh
You mean
retailer, yeah.
yeah, it's the realtor.
Uh-huh.
Okay, okay, go ahead. Keep going.
And he was telling me if I'm a investor or if I'm with the bank financing all this type of questions, and I really don't know. I told him I'm an investor with the buyer basically that's
Mm-hmm.
gonna buy, but I really didn't know how to approach or say basically on things.
Gotcha. There is a training that I posted. I think the video will be up in a little bit where we were going over how to deal with a realtor. But essentially, I always suggest that everyone just identify themselves as a wholesaler and be honest, because
Mm-hmm.
the agent's going to find out, and you don't want to burn a bridge by being on, even by omission. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? You
Yeah.
want to mention it to them. So anytime you have a real estate agent that responds positively to your offer. And by positively, I mean they say anything other than no. So if they say, I've got questions, then you say, sure, no problem. What questions do you have? I'll answer them. If it's over text, that's best because then you can ask me whatever you don't know and I can tell you what to say. Don't be afraid to get on the phone though. If you get
Mm-hmm.
on the phone, just don't talk a lot. And if they ask you a question that you don't immediately know the answer to, just say, hey, you know what? That's more my partner's thing. I have no idea, but give me 10 minutes and I'll find out. And then you just DM me and ask me.
Okay.
But the
Yeah.
realtors, they're mainly going to be asking, what's the term? The term is, excuse me, the term is 30 years with a 10 to 12-year balloon. That's it.
Okay.
They're going to ask, is this a seller financing? Yes. Yes, it is. Then they'll ask you things like, because they want to negotiate. Realtors, if they're good at what they're doing or if they have certain expectations with the seller, they're going to try and get more money from you. So if you offer $10,000 down, they're going to ask for 20. That's when you would use the deal machine calculator to figure out what the highest you can go. Now on down payments, it's very simple. You can't go any higher than 10% of the purchase price. So if it's 300,000, you can't go any higher than 30. If it's 35,000, 350,000, you can't go any higher than 35,000. If it's 100,000, you can't go any higher than 10.
Okay.
And then if they ask for more money monthly, meaning let's say you give them, the deal sniper says $500 payment. And they're like, can we get 1,000? Well, you got to put that into the deal machine calculator. And as long as you have a 10% cash on cash return or above, then you can do it. If you can't, be honest with them. Hey, you know what? I ran my numbers. My investors who are going to be interested in this deal, they have to be able to cash flow. And the only way they're going to be able to cash flow is if we stick to this payment. So here's the most I can do. And you just tell them what it is. And the calculator will tell you what that is. You just have to plug it in.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You want to
No,
run through one right now so I can show you what I'm talking about?
yeah.
Okay. Let's run through one real quick. So if I go to Redfin and let's put in, so here's what I do. I go to
Mhm.
Redfin. I pick whatever market I'm going to do. I want to make sure it's got a population of at least 500,000 or more. Okay. You can use Redfin, you can use Zillow, you can use Realtor, you can use Trulia, you can use whatever you want. I use Redfin just because that's the first one I picked. So all I do is go down and change this. You can pick any one of these you want. I like 90. So based off of that, there's 1,653 homes that we can now put offers on. So let's do, which one do I like? We'll do this one. So this one's been on market for 89 days.
Mhm.
Okay. All I'm going to do, take this address, I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go to Deal Sniper. I'm going to put the address in, paste. It's going to bring up the property for me. And once it brings up the property, and here it is, then it's going to ask you, do they have a mortgage? Well, I don't know. So if you don't know, just put no. Then it's going to give you the offer. Now, the only thing I always suggest everyone does is clean up their numbers. So this changed the purchase price from 360,000, 359,000 to 374,900. Well, I don't like that number. So I'm just going to even it out to $175,000. I went up $100. Down payment, $12,243. No, you just do 10. You can always go lower. You just can't go higher. Monthly payment, who in the world wants to get $519.44 every month? That's ridiculous. Just $500. So you see how my numbers are clean now? No weird $174, $174,500. No weird, pennies on the end. Just clean. So once you have this, then you go back to the listing, and right below about this home, you'll see that this is listed by Bonnie Johnson at Remax Advantage South. So you copy that. Now, normally, a lot of times, they'll have their email address or their phone number right here. But if they don't, you go to Google and you paste it in. There's Bonnie. So you click on the first one you get until you find her phone number. Boom. So you call Bonnie. You say, hi, Bonnie, how you doing? This is Sean. I have an offer that I'd like to submit on your property on Fifth Way in Centerpoint, but I don't see your email address listed anywhere. Can you please text that to me? I'd like to get you this offer by the end of the day. That's it. She's going to text you her email address. You're going to send the offer. You're only going to get one of three things. You're going to get no response, in which case I recommend following up in maybe a week or a month, especially if it's still listed. You're going to get a no or some form of no. So it'll be no seller financing, or no, they want cash, or they're only looking at getting traditional financing offers. That means go to a bank and go get the money. They're saying no. Or you're going to get, can we hop on a phone call? I have some questions. And then your response is going to be yes. And when you do that, when you get a response that says yes, and they're interested in the deal, then all you got to do is go here. You go to the deal machine calculator and you literally data entry the exact same information that's here. So purchase price, $175,000. Okay. The seller financed amount is $165,000. All the deals are 0% interest. They're all amortized over 30 years. Cash to seller, $10,000. That's the down payment. Desired assignment fee, that's how much you're going to make. So we keep that at about $10,000. LTR potential rent, says it here. Rent, $1,200. So you just put in $1,200. Now, whatever column you filled out, so this is a cash column, subject to column, hybrid column, seller finance column. You just go down here and you go to the same one. So we just put the numbers into seller finance. So now I'm going to click on seller finance. Now, before I mess with this, I have to put the taxes and insurance in. Deal Sniper will give you that. So the taxes, $716 a month, or I'm sorry, a year. And the insurance, $668 a year. Okay. And then Deal Sniper said that we are going to give them a monthly payment of $500. So we go back here and we put in 500. So as it stands right now, your offer to them would be $175,000 purchase price, $10,000 cash to seller in closing, so their down payment, and then $500 a month. That's what it looks like for the seller. For the buyer, if you're able to get this deal, They're going to purchase it for $185,000. Why is it 185? Because we added $10,000 to the assignment fee. That's how much money you're getting here. So they're going to buy it for $185,000, but they only have to bring in $23,700 to buy the house because they're seller financing 165. So they have to bring in $20,000 plus they have to pay the closing costs. $10,000 of this 20 goes to the seller because we told them we give them $10,000 at closing, and then $10,000 is your assignment fee. You get to keep. And this deal has a 23.53 cash on cash return, which if we go over here, anything above 10, because 10 is our minimum, anything above 10 is great. Anything above 20 is fantastic. So if you can get this deal locked up, yeah, this will absolutely move. That's what you do. So when the realtor wants to speak about the deal, I put the deal into this calculator, just like I just did. And I put it in with the numbers that Deal Sniper gives me. But then I want to know what my maximum is. So what if the realtor calls back? You get on the call with the realtor. They say, hey, yeah, I like your deal, but can we get more of a down payment? Well, my question would be, I mean, it's possible. How much more were you looking for? That's always the response. Find out how much they want to see if you can give it to them. If they say, well, I want 15, they want $15,000 down. Well, your max that you can put down is 10%, which would be $17,500. So 15 absolutely works. So let's go ahead and put that in. So if we did that, that means that the seller financing amount would be 160,000, and then the cash to seller would be $15,000. Now we had a good cash on cash return before. Now it's gotten better. So what if they say, now let me put it back. I'm going to put this back to where it was because I want you to see both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I did 1,500. Hold on. I thought that didn't make any sense, but that's okay. You get the idea. So I put the deal back to the way it was. Go to seller financing. What if they say they want more monthly? Hey, I like the deal, but I want more than $500 a month. Well, it's up to you to know ahead of time what's the most you can do. So what you want to do is keep increasing this number until this gets to 10. Once this gets to 10, you can't go any higher. And that's your max. So in this case, let's double it. What if I gave them $1,000 a month? Well, that's a negative, so we can't do that. So what if I 750? 775? Nope. 755. There you go. So the most you could probably give this person would be $760,000. Or I'm sorry, $760 a month. So now if they come back and they say, hey, I like your offer, but can you do more monthly? Well, how much more were you looking for? We're looking for $1,000 a month. Hey, you know what? I ran my numbers, and in order for our buyers to buy this deal, they need to get at least a 10% cash on cash return. At $1,000 a month, there's just no way. Actually, at $1,000 a month, Mr. and Mrs. Realtor, it's got a negative $424 a year cash return, cash flow. So the most I could realistically do and make the deal still viable would be about $750 a month. Just tell them the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Once you agree on the numbers, as long as you're within your threshold, so as long as this is 10% or more, and as long as you don't go more than 10% down of that number, you've got a good deal. And we can move it.
Okay. That kind of
I know that was a lot. So if you have
yeah.
questions or need me to repeat something, go ahead. Tell me.
No, I understand. I understand, but it is a lot. But okay, it's because I don't have the real deal machine.
Why not?
I would just, I should have. I should have
It's in
checked
the
it.
it's in the Discord.
Yeah, it's in the Discord. I seen it, but I just didn't have the chance to look at it like on the computer and everything. But now that I know that you went to the real deal machine, now I got like a little more of information how to do it.
But here's the thing though, because a lot of people say that and then they get into the habit of going to Deal Sniper, putting a deal in, and then on every offer they send out, they go to this calculator. You don't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever numbers deal machine or the Deal Sniper gives you will be a good deal. You saw what it gave you before. It was a
Yeah.
23% cash on cash return. It'll always be a good deal. The only time I recommend double checking, and you're not really double checking, you're just finding out what your max is if a realtor responds positively. Because most times the realtor's going to say no. I mean, our
Okay.
formula says that you're going to send out 100 offers a week. And out of those, 95 of those are going to say no. And then 5 of them are going to be like, yeah, this looks good. And out of those 5, you'll close 3 a week. So you're going to get told no a lot. The last thing, I mean, you can, if you want to underwrite every single offer before you send it out to make sure you can, but that's going to slow you down. I recommend start sending out offers, and then the ones that respond positively to you, then jump on the calculator, double check your numbers, and see what your max is.
Okay then, because I'm gonna just have to do that because I'm gonna have to check with the numbers because um they contacted me because I sent them the offer that where it generated the offers
Mm-hmm.
and I just sent it to them and they were just asking questions, something that I couldn't respond. By any chance, are you going? Do you have a video or are you gonna do a video to where you do it live with the uh like where you do um like an offer, like a
You
live offer, like how you do it whenever you get an offer?
you mean like I just did just now?
Um, no,
Or
it's
you mean talking
like
to a realtor?
yeah, talking.
Yeah, I'm trying to get one of those scheduled. I have some realtor interviews on the channel already, but those are more not giving an offer, but getting insight into how realtors and wholesalers can start working together in a much more positive way. So I don't have any calls. I have a lot of calls of me pitching this to sellers,
Mm-hmm.
but those are for off market deals. I don't have too many of pitching these to realtors. And the reason being is because 99.9% of my time goes to helping everybody in the community. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't really do my own deals that much anymore. And when I do, they're mostly off market deals. So I'm talking directly to the seller. So yeah, I can get you a bunch of videos of pitching this to a seller. I've got hundreds of those. But talking to a realtor, I don't have any of those yet.
Okay.
And the reason why is when I explain this to you, after a while, like the other people that I've taught how to do this before that were new, just like you're new now,
Mm-hmm.
realtors they really only ask the same questions. That's why I told you you're only going to get 3 responses. It's going to be some variation of no. It's going to be no response, or it's going to be, hey, let's hop on a call. And that means that they're kind of interested. So a
Okay.
realtor is going to ask you, what's the term? What's the balloon? What's the interest? Well, 0% interest, 30-year term, 10-year balloon. So I can do a video on that, but it's just anyone who watches this video that I'm going to post, that's pretty much it. Realtors don't deviate from the script too much because there's only certain things that they really care about. They care about what the term is, they care about what the balloon is, they care about what the interest is, and they care about if they're going to get paid. And the answer to
Okay.
that is yes, we're going to pay your commission. The term is 30 years, the balloon is 10 to 12, and it's 0% interest. And then they may ask, well, why is it 0% interest? That's the only other question you'll get. Well, it's 0% interest because we offered $20,000 over the asking price on a property that's been listed for over 90 days. So yeah, that's why 0% interest. Also, 0% interest, our buyers have to cash flow. If our buyers can't cash flow, there's no incentive for them to buy it. There's literally no reason for them to spend their money on this property if they can't cash flow it. So that's why we have to keep the payments at a certain place where they can cash flow, but we can also get your sellers some positive cash flow every single month as well.
Okay.
So I am working on it. It's
Mhm.
harder to get those scheduled, but I'm working on it. I've got my team trying to get those scheduled. The problem is my personal team, they know how to talk to a realtor, so they don't really need my help.
Mhm. Okay then. Well, that was basically it. And I just wanted to know like a little of insight, or if you had any videos of the realtor.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll get you guys some. If I no one's ever you're the only one that's ever asked me for that, but I'll get you some videos. That's fine.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, this information just helped me a lot. So I'm gonna look into it. See, if I got any more questions, I'll ask or
Yeah, just
send
let
you
me know.
a text message.
All good, dude. Yeah, let me know. Put it in the main
All right,
chat. As long as if you've got the question, somebody else has probably got the same question, so we can all learn together.
all right, okay. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day.
All right, you too.
See ya.
See-